In a small town surrounded by rugged hills and endless fields, there lived a young man named Elias. From a distance, his life seemed ordinary. He worked as a carpenter, he had calloused hands, and he walked the same dirt road each day to his small workshop. Yet, behind the simple rhythm of his life, Elias carried a heavy burden. His father had passed away when he was young, leaving him as the sole provider for his mother and younger siblings. Every day was a struggle, and each night he went to bed, wondering how he would find the strength to continue. One cold morning, after weeks of little work and too many empty plates at home, Elias sat by the river, his head in his hands. The weight of responsibility pressed down so hard, he felt he could break. He whispered to himself, "Why is life so cruel? Why must I suffer while others live in comfort?" The despair in his voice was so deep that even the water seemed to still, as if listening to his pain. An old traveler happened to pass by. His clothes were worn, his beard white, and his eyes carried both sorrow and peace. He stopped when he saw Elias and asked, "Why do you sit with such a heavy heart, young man?" Elias lifted his gaze, anger mixed with tears. "Because I am tired. Every day is a fight. I carry too much, and I feel I will never rise above my hardships." The old traveler sat beside him and, after a pause, said, "Then let me tell you a story." He spoke of a farmer who lived in a valley often struck by storms. Each season, the winds destroyed his crops, and floods ruined his land. Neighbors pitied him and said, "Leave this place. Find a softer life." But the farmer shook his head. "No storm can last forever. If I endure, one day the land will reward me." So he planted again and again, through wind and rain, through years of hunger and doubt. Finally, after many seasons, the storms weakened, and the soil became rich from all the struggle. His harvest was more abundant than any of his neighbors, who had long since abandoned their fields. The traveler looked at Elias and said, "You see, hardship is not a curse. It is the weight that makes us strong. Those who overcome are not the ones who escape pain, but those who stand firm until the storm passes." Elias thought deeply about the story. At first, it sounded simple, almost too simple. Yet he could not shake the image of the farmer, season after season, refusing to give up. Something stirred inside him, a small spark of resilience he thought he had lost. The next morning, Elias returned to his workshop. The problems were still there, the debts still heavy, but his heart carried a new thought. No storm lasts forever. He worked harder, but more importantly, he worked with patience. He took small steps, carving one piece of wood at a time, fixing one chair, one table, slowly earning enough to bring food home. Weeks turned into months, and slowly, his craft began to be noticed. People in the village admired his persistence. "Elias works with such care," they said. "Even in hardship, his hands create beauty." Orders grew, and his workshop filled with life. But what mattered most was not the coins he earned. It was the quiet strength building inside him. He had learned the secret of those who overcome: perseverance fueled by hope. But life was not done testing him. One winter, his workshop caught fire. In a single night, all his tools and furniture were reduced to ashes. The villagers mourned for him. "Now he will surely give up," they whispered. Yet Elias stood before the ruins with tears on his face and whispered, "No storm lasts forever." And with the help of neighbors who respected his endurance, he rebuilt. Years later, Elias was no longer just a carpenter. He had become a symbol of strength for his community. People came to him not only for tables or chairs, but for counsel when life grew heavy. He always told them the same words the traveler had given him. Hardship is not here to break you, but to build you. As he grew older, Elias would often sit by the same river where he once despaired. Children gathered to hear his stories, and young men listened to his advice. He reminded them that storms are inevitable, but so is the dawn that follows. And in his voice, there was no bitterness, only peace, born from years of standing firm through trials. The secret of those who overcome hardships is not strength alone. It is the decision to endure, the courage to rise again, and the faith that tomorrow may bring light. Many believe victory comes from escaping pain, but Elias knew it came from walking through it and emerging stronger. Now, I ask you, how do you face your storms? Do you see them as curses meant to crush you, or as seasons meant to shape you? The secret is already within you, waiting to be awakened. Hardships are not the end of your story. They are the chapters that prepare you for what comes next. So when the nights feel endless and your burdens feel too heavy, remember the farmer. Remember Elias. And remember this: no storm lasts forever. If this story touched your heart, share in the comments what hardship you have faced and how it changed you. Subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories that remind us of our hidden strength. And don't forget to leave a like, so this message can reach others who need to hear that their storm too will one day pass.